ladies and gentlemen, and good day to you wherever you are. This is an unpaid promotional video because I have acquired one of these Dabbssons. It's the DBS2300, and if you go on to their website at the moment, they've got a discount on there and it is down to £1,399. This video I'm showing is off their website, and it is showing what type of battery it's got in it. It's no longer got the small cells, which are prone to fire and overheating. They are nicely spaced, but these are not spaced. They are a totally different chemistry, as you see here, and in a while I'll show you they do the nail test. This has got a massive inverter in it. I gotta confess that it is a little bit heavy. I can't walk far with it. I can pick it up, but I can't walk far with it. But so far I am loving it. There, it fits into the case absolutely. This is why it's so heavy, is because it's got this new technology battery. It's got a lot less fluid in it. This is the tests. They put the nails through all these different lithium batteries, and I'll do a close-up of this one now. That goes through an ordinary lithium battery I should say, and that is incredibly how that goes on fire. Remembering you're using these power banks in a moving vehicle most of the time, and in the event of an accident, God forbid, you know, these things are possible to penetrate batteries. But this is their new battery. Well, I don't say it's their new battery, but it is the new battery, and they're drilling into it from all directions, and it didn't utter a single puff of smoke or spark. So, you know, that is what I say, absolutely ace for this. I'm loving it. It did take me well, that's just me, it did take me 4.5 hours to get the app to work, but the app does work and I'm loving it. It works absolutely perfect. Right, I'm going to go down to the van and I'm going to show you why I love it so much. Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen. I'm now in the van, and I've just used it now to, I'll show you there in a little clip, to solder up the cable. I've wired the van up for it, but I didn't know which way round to wire it up to the Dabbsson. This thing, I can't believe, oh look at that, the sun came out. Yeah, just because I wanted to film. Right, it's now I'm sat in the van with it, right, now, and the good things about it, right, it's got 2 standard USBs, and I put the little picture in the bottom, 2 standard USBs. It's got 1 fast charge standard USB. Then it's got a 100, right, which will do for charging laptops, things like that. You know, I've used my laptop on it and it works, so that's great. And these two are, what are they? They're 30 amp USB-Cs. So it's all in all, it's got it all there already, right? Just in those sort of 6 ports. Right, now everybody says about these little tiny barrel ports. I use them all the time, especially in my good old Power Oak. Old Power Oak's down there, and looks like she's going to get retired. I'll explain why. But there, yeah, those two, I use them all the time. I charge my Walkie Talkies off them. I charge my AAA batteries, AA batteries off it. That's ace, right? I'm glad it's got them in there, because everybody's complaining they never use them. I do, right? Standard US cigarette lighter socket. you know, everybody's got one of those, but it's only 10 amps, right? Now, 10 amps, you could plug your van into that, right? But the moment you start going over 10 amps, that socket is going to get very, very warm. I've had them melt in the past, so you can't use that to run everything that you have in the van. 10 amps, you know, if I ran all my lights, I got majority of them on now. If I ran those lights, that would still warm it up. And of course, every time I open a cupboard, the cupboard lights come on. So it'll be pretty quick before that thing gets red hot. What I like about it is there's a 30 amp Anderson socket to take off. Right, now is what I've done. I made a lead, if I can find my lead. There it is. Right, I made this lead, which you watched me make earlier on, and I'm going to plug it into there. Right, now that's I plug it into there. Yeah, it's in. I've got to go 2 hands, push it in. There. Right, now, oh, this bloody cushion keeps falling over. Let's turn it round. Right, now in my garage. Oh, goodness, it's bloody dark in there. 1 second. Right, lights on. Just round the corner. Plugged directly into the outer, the inputs of my fuse box. I have wired up another Anderson socket. But before I can plug that into my van, I have to press and trip the fuse. Right, which then disconnects the battery from the van. Right, I am just about to do that. If I can sit you on there? I think I can. There you go. You're sat on the side now. Right, now before I can plug that, this is the power bank. This is my van power. I have to trip the fuse, and then all the lights will go out. Ready, steady, click. Right, now, I don't know whether you could see it or not, but I'm fumbling to get there. Now the Anderson lead is plugged in to my power bank. The Dabbsson DBS2300. It's plugged in on there. Right, I'd already turned it on, right? But if I turn the power bank off, it turns everything off. Turn the power bank back on, everything in the cupboards, all the lights, this one's on a switch, all the lights still work. So I'm loving that bit. That's all the wire I've just done to make that lead. So now that's plugged in to the van now, so I'm running the van. And that is brilliant. There's me recording this. Me. Right. So that's what I like about it now is knowing British weather. You don't get the solar. You just do not get the solar to be able to keep yourself topped up. Right. Now in this, I know it's a little bit heavy. I've carried it down here, no problem. I can pick it up. Oh, look, the van, the whole van is pulling 27 watts, which ain't bad. That's pretty good, just running lights. So it's down on 96%. It was on 97% when, but it says now I can run for 34 hours just running the lights. I haven't got anything else plugged in. I mean, normally I would have the laptop plugged in, but the van's stripped down for the week, for the Christmas week. So, yeah, because I don't intend going anywhere. So, right, now, I have also, hang on, I've got to go and get it. Oh, and of course, that wattage you were pulling now, 27 amps. It's because I got the garage lights on as well, and there's an awful lot of lights in the garage. As you do. I have now got it plugged into my solar outside. I got 300 watts on the roof, and there's a port at the back. If I take the camera around so you can see where that is. Right, in the side there, you've got the little flap. You pick him up, and this is where you could charge it up and change settings and everything. There you go. Right, I'm plugging it in. Now it's just clicked over. Right, and now, I mean, because it's, 23rd of December, I'm getting 40 watts of solar. It's gradually building. Yeah, 40 watts of solar. It's not an awful lot off 300 watts, but the panels are laid down on the roof, and even although it looks sunny outside, you can take it me it's not sunny, that sunny out there. But all in all, this socket is my game changer. Right now, I know I can run the van off it. And I've marked them. This end is the blue end, goes into the power bank. The black end goes into the van. It's only going to be running my van, so I haven't got to worry about making sure the wires are the right way round for somebody else's van. It's the right way round for my van. Look at me, I'm talking to the power bank. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few statistics. Right, the battery is the next generation solid state. It's the EU solid state LiPo 4, right? And to charge via solar, right, it takes, if you could put 800 watts into it, nobody can, unless you've got thousands on the roof, right? It should only take 3 hours from empty to 80%. That's pretty good. If it's that's 100% to 100%, which is pretty good. Off the mains, you can alter the mains charging. You can go from 200 watts to 1800 watts. So you can choose, the faster you charge it, the shorter your lifespan of the battery is going to be. So I said, I got mine set for 1000 watts, but it will go up to 1800 watts. I haven't got 1800 watts of power to be able to put in there. But also off the mains, if you charged it at max on the 1800 watts off the mains, it hasn't got a brick, it's got a built-in charger. It'll only take an hour to charge up. Unbelievable, 230 amp hours of battery. That's pretty fast going. That power out down there, right, from empty to full takes roughly 12 hours, and that's only a 300 watt. So that's the old technology. The inverter is 2200 watts, peaks at 4000. So if you had a surge, like a kettle or something like that, sudden surge, it'll take up to 4000 on peak. With the what they call the P boost, you can run it constantly at 3000 watts. So you're likely to run anything you want to off that. That's pretty good. As I say, it's got 10 DC inputs in the front, and 10 DC outputs in the front. Right, it's got 2 AC plugs on the side. I've just showed you now. I've used it to solder this cable together. And that only pulled 1% off the battery. What else have we got? Yeah, that Anderson socket at 30 amps. That's the one that's the game changer for me. I'm using that now. As you can see, I'm running the van off it. This one has got the Bluetooth app, right? Now, whether it's because I'm so old and a little bit gone up there, or, a lot gone up there, it took me 4.5 hours to get the app installed and working. But once it was working, it's a brilliant little app. I will show you a clip of that.
but it's also got Wi-Fi. So I'm liking the fact that I can leave the van out here and turn it on and on in the house. So I'm liking that. The other advantage at the moment is what I've got it wired into Womble Office. I've unplugged all my computers out of the inverter that runs off my solar in the shed, in the office, and this is now running Womble Office because it's got what they call the pass-through, right? So it plugs into the mains, and then my computers at home, I've got a big brick that I just plug it in, and it's all plugged into one of the sockets on the side of this bank, and if the power goes off, right, so it's constantly on charge, you know, it won't take no more than what it needs, and it'll just shut the charging down. As soon as it drops on the voltage, you know, it'll start charging again. That's what you want. That's what it's doing, it off the solar as well as off the mains. So it takes priority on solar, but it's got the pass-through. So if anything happens to the electricity, my computers won't go off. It's got a 15 millisecond delay before it flicks over, right? And that 15 milliseconds is so fast that you just can't see it, right? And it does not crash my computers or the printers or the monitors or anything. Everything just keeps running. The only one I've found, which I haven't had a look at and I haven't had a go at with other power banks, is the Bluetti AC200L, 2000L. That one's the only one that's got the Wi-Fi that I can see. But that one has got, that one's got a 15 millisecond. The Bluetti 2000 Max, that one's got a 20 milliseconds. So it's debatable whether that'll give your computer a good flicking. But they all take the Bluetti AC2000L, right, will take 45 minutes at max charging to 80%, not 100%. 80% is 45 minutes. This one is an hour to 100%. So I'm liking that. And again, that one, the 2000L Bluetti has got a built-in brick. The other, the Max has got an external brick, so that's why that one's so slow. That takes 5 to 6 hours to charge up off a brick. It just goes to show that using the inverter that's built into them to charge itself, right, is a game changer. The batteries are a game changer. They're heavier, but they're more fireproof. They're one of the best batteries you can get out there at the moment. The latest battery, I've showed you the video. It runs through the nail test. They've put nails through all types of batteries, and look at my dirty double chins. How many is there? Like a fucking turkey. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. I'm using it as a UPS in the office. It's running my office. Great stuff. It's also can come in my van and run my van. And on days like this where, you know, it's 1 minute it's raining, 1 minute it's not, game changer. Right, this is one other thing that my old Power Oak was not capable of. My van takes 350 watts of inverter. Those Power Oaks have only got a 300 watt inverter. This one with a massive, you know, 4,000 surge, 2,600 continuous. I'll turn the power for the socket. I can plug it into my van, and my charger is a 20 amp charger. That's why it takes so much. But I can turn him on, and I can charge my van up, and also the split charger. He's noisy when he starts up. What's he pulling? 99 watts, 108 watts.
and it'll take 11 hours to charge my van. Well, no, this will run for 11 hours at that rate. Yeah, look at that, eh? Yeah, pulling 91 continuously to charge my van batteries, the leisure batteries, which I've only got AGMs in at the moment, because the lithium is in Womble office as a backup. So I'm charging up there on AGMs with the True Charge 20 amp, right? And look, it's dropped down to 85 now. That was the sudden boost. So it'll charge my van up. My Power Oaks would not charge like that, and this thing is charging it no problem. Yeah, 13 hours it'll last for if I need to, and so, you know, as a backup, and the fact that it will charge the van up, I've unplugged it because it plugs into that socket. I've explained in the past. It plugs into that socket. That socket is connected directly through the breaker box, through its own breaker, to the shore power, the landline socket. Right, so that comes direct to there. It does not touch any of the wiring in the van. The outside socket is also connected in there through this switch. Right, so I can either have it on the landline or the onboard inverter. So I can turn the inverter on and it'll power all the other sockets. It won't power that one. That one is offshore power only. Right, so if I'm plugged in at a campsite, then I know my batteries are charging off the shore power and touching nothing in the van. And this is on a complete ring main, so the wires go right around the van and come back to, well, I think it's that one there, because that's where all the cables go in. Yeah, the junction box next to it. So that's also wired into the RCD breakers, right, through this switch, and I can flick this over to run these off either inverter or landline. And as I say, when I'm on landline, that only works then when it's plugged in. No inverter power. So that's just a fail safe, because you can't use your own batteries to recharge yourself. So yeah, right, I'm happy as Larry with that. Yeah, it's down to 70 because the batteries are full. I got 15 hours left of using that if I need to. So there, I'll press the button and turn that off. And of course I can do all this off the app. Alright, again, I'll come back to you. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying goodbye. Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year if I don't get another one out before then. So I'll see you, hopefully, and it is a big hope, next year sometime. I just realised I had a cup of tea there with my grandchildren on, look, and the ex-wife in the middle. Yeah, that's all I've got. I'm loving it. And I went on their website, and up over this Christmas period, it's gone from 1,700 quid down to 1,400 quid. So I think you know, that for a power bank of such power, newness, safety, it's a no-brainer. You know, if you're looking to get one for Christmas, go for it. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye for now. How'd you stop this thing?